Ladies and gentlemen, honorable guests, conference organizers, conference attendees, let me first congratulate the Africa Women Leaders Network, AWLN, for organizing the fourth intergenerational retreat in beautiful Zanzibar. I regret that I'm not with you in person today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to share my experience and insights on the topic African Young Women Lead, Mobilizing Partnerships and Pathways for Economic Empowerment, Sustainability, and Financial Inclusion. Drawing from my experience as a public servant, both at the national and the international levels, civil society leader, and a person who led women entrepreneurs to establish a women-centered bank, I will touch on few points in regards to women organizing, enhancing economic opportunities for women, and discharging our expected responsibilities when we attain important leadership positions. Honorable guests, let me start by making a few points about financial inclusion. Financial inclusion will benefit women who are commonly excluded from the formal financial sector, either because of their income level or volatility, location, level of financial literacy, or even legal constraints, or lack of support from their partners. The reason for women's financial exclusion is diverse and overlapping, and very much rooted in their unequal position in the society. Innovative, tailor-made financial solutions are needed to address such multifaceted challenges. For instance, the use of mobile money applications as a tool for expanding access to banking and finances, one such innovative approach. Yes, we know that digital technologies offer huge opportunities to transform the lives of people. At the same time, we're also aware that the risk of women to be left behind in access to digital technology is significant. It's important to ensure that women and the girls have equal access to technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, let me once again congratulate AWLN and the partners who have availed resources to establish the African Women Impact Fund. The fund launched $60 million commitment to drive an inclusive investment. The goal is to achieve $1 billion within a reasonable period in accordance with media reports. Every effort should be made to make this groundbreaking initiative a resounding success. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share with you another important initiative aimed at women financial inclusion at the national level that probably some of you are already aware. This one is the story of Nat Bank of Ethiopia that has been materialized through women's leadership and collaborative effort. The idea of establishing a formal financial institution was conceived following an exchange of ideas regarding financial constraints faced by women in business. When we came up with the idea of establishing a women-focused bank in Ethiopia, we did not want to limit ourselves to microfinance. On the other hand, the idea of establishing a fully fledged bank was also intimidating. Over several months of discussion, we managed to convince more women to join the initiative. Following 2 years of effort, the capital for establishing the bank was raised. All administrative and financial policies were prepared, and the bank started operation in February 2014. The bank is not exclusively for women because we knew that model has failed elsewhere. As a business entity, it provides non-exclusionary service but it has devised strategy to support and engage women in terms of leadership, shareholding, deposit mobilization, saving, and access to loan. The bank has already registered tremendous success in deposit mobilization, increasing shareholder value, and designing a non-collateral credit program for women. Currently, 64% of the shareholders are women. Women beneficiaries of the bank service own small and medium enterprises. One of the unique features of the bank is that the different branch locations are named after pioneering Ethiopian women from across different sectors. To date, the bank has opened 100 branches all over the country. In addition to the service it provides, this project has shattered the assumption that women can only initiate and receive loans from microfinance institutions. It is another demonstration that illustrates the power of women's leadership and innovative solutions to ensure inclusiveness in business. Distinguished participants. Another most recent and equally impressive initiative is the Hustlers Fund launched by the government of Kenya. According to reports, the fund is expected to provide cheaper loans and benefit over 8 million Kenyans. Women are the face of hustlers who strive to put food on the table, send children to school, and support the sick and elderly. We hope that women would be the key beneficiaries of the scheme. And we should all consider this initiative as a good practice and possibly replicable. Honorables, let me indicate some key additional opportunities emerging in our continent. As indicated in the background note of this conference, one of the most important trade initiatives is the African Continental Free Trade Area, most commonly known as AFCFTA agreement, from which women are expected to benefit, provided that they position themselves strategically. The potential benefit of AFCFTA for women include increased wages, expanded business prospect for women-led business, and better opportunities for women in cross-border trade. Currently, AFCFTA national strategies are being drawn in many countries. Women have to be vigilant in monitoring the gender responsiveness of the national strategies in view of gaining the above-mentioned economic opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to stress the indivisibility of rights. By doing so, I want to indicate the importance of peace and preventing the scourge of sexual violence during conflict, since women's social and economic empowerment and the entire issue of human security is predicated on peace. This is why the United Nations have issued several important resolutions on women, peace, and security. And that's why the AU's Special Envoy on Women, Peace, and Security, our sister, Madame Beneta Diop, is striving to give voice to victims of violence in all affected corners of our continent, including my own country, Ethiopia. In conclusion, I should express my satisfaction with the innovative approach adopted by AWLN to develop an intergenerational and strategic engagement model. Senior women leaders engage with young leaders. Supporting and enhancing each other is a forward-looking strategy. As we move on, we also need to look back, mentor, and inspire. My recent visit to the Ethiopia Women Lawyers Association made me realize that gender issues that prompted us to establish the association 27 years ago is still very much alive. The work has to continue, but our strategies and approach should be dynamic. Last but not least, some of us women who gained historical opportunities to lead our countries or important institutions and hold decision-making powers should use our leverage to contribute to women's empowerment and gender equality. I am happy to report that under my leadership over the last 4 years, the federal judiciary is independent and stronger. And progress is made in some key areas in regards to gender equality. We have appointed women in judicial leadership positions. We have more women judges. We have designed an institution-wide harassment policy, drafted gender-based violence trial bench book, established 9 new women's and children's specialized benches, strengthened Children's Justice Project Office, etc. I insist women in formal government positions should be supported and also remain accountable. Distinguished guests, I wish you a successful retreat and thank you for your kind attention.